Hello everyone, welcome to the Oasis Healing Temple. Thank you for tuning into my channel today. So for today's readings, we're going to be receiving messages from your heart. So we have 3 piled choices to choose from. I needed to cover up these 2 piles because they showed a little bit of, inappropriateness for YouTube. They're a little strict on their and I completely understand. So we just have those covered up a little piece of amber. So these are the pile choices for today. For pile number 1, we have this image with African Bloodstone. For pile number 2, we have this card with Carnelian. And for pile number 3, we have this card with Strawberry Quartz. So pause the video if you need more time to meditate. The timestamps will be listed in the description box below, and I'll see you all at your readings. Welcome to your reading, pile number 1. So these are messages from your heart, and you were drawn to the African Bloodstone heart and this beautiful image. Okay. And it says, deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Okay. So I feel like there is this beautiful transformation. There's something that you've been tuning into within that has been asking for your guidance, your support, your healing, your attention, something that needs to be transformed. And your heart says, do what feels good to your heart. You already know what to do, okay? So there may be a question, something that you've been wanting to have the answers to. I'm just going to put this over here. Let's go over here on the right side. All right, so I've already pulled your cards to save us some time on this reading. So you have the King of Earth, prosperous, generous, and successful. This is being confident in your ability to create. We have 7 of water. Yeah, I think you've been over-processing, overthinking the situation. Perhaps there's way too many choices, too many timelines, thinking too far into the future. And we have the King of Earth, who says you already have all the tools. You already have everything to be successful, to be prosperous. Your heart says you already know the answer. You just have to do what feels right in your heart. Follow your heart. Don't listen to the mind. The mind's going to get you caught up in the thinking of all the potentials and the what ifs and the maybes. But your heart already knows, and this is about trusting and surrendering to the heart space. We have the 10 of water, family, love, and blessings. Beautiful. This is that happy ending. This is successful life, having a beautiful family, a loving connection, emotional fulfillment. Oops. You have the Page of Water, being more sensitive, open-hearted, listening to your intuition. Yes, there is a blessing here. Something you may not be receiving or tuning into yet. This is about you're being asked to be open and receptive, listening to your heart here, following your intuition, following the signs, the blessings. You have this beautiful, overflow of happiness and support that's here from you through following what's right in your heart. And you have the 10 of earth. Look at that, the 10 of water, 10 of earth. Prosperity, security, and tradition. Yes, this is that happily ever after, wish fulfillment, all your needs being met, success, happiness, abundance, solid foundations, things that feel great in your heart and your soul, things that make you happy. And we have the frogs out there agreeing. We just had a rainstorm, so it feels so nice outside. And Apparently one of the frogs out there is just enjoying this wet, cool weather. We have Gaia, wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. So I feel like there's something that's holding you back, something that is requiring you to change your belief, changing the way that you see something here. We have card number 5. Yes, change, freedom, setting yourself free from the mind, from overthinking, embracing some transformation. There's a big shift waiting for you to just dive right into. Stop procrastinating. It's time to move forward. Listen to your wisdom. Listen to your inner knowing. Follow your heart. Do what feels good for you. We have Ocean of Eternal Love, Healing, Creativity, and Fertility. Beautiful. Card number 44. That is a master builder number. This is divine support, the angels being with you, having strength, resilience to create this happy, beautiful, family life, this solid foundation. I feel like your ancestors are here supporting you, guiding you. You've been working very, very hard to create something, and you have all the tools necessary. There's so many choices available for you, so many positive outcomes just waiting for you to, dive in and be open and receptive to receiving these blessings. Yeah, this full moon, something's coming to completion here. Something is like fully being activated here. I just heard. Solid foundation. We have sacred journey. Okay, I felt that. This is the cycles, a new change, a new beginning for you and your family. Lots of transformation. And we have 22 coming through. So 44 and 22. This is also a master number of balance, partnership, being on the right path, and transformation. This is a solid foundation. This is about generational wealth, leaving a legacy behind that is, going to last for generations. It's like financial wealth, love, nurturing, support, happiness. Who doesn't want that? That's amazing, pile number 1. And we have 43, intuitive communication. Listen to that silent whispers of the heart. Yes, confirmation. Your heart is guiding you. Your heart is telling you, tune in and listen to your heart. Get silent. Take some time to meditate. Connect with spirit. Be in Mother Nature. Pause, reflect, tune into your intuition and do what feels right? Not what the mind says. Do what feels right. Connect to Mother Gaia here. She's trying to guide you on the right steps to take, right? That's going to create this solid foundation of security and legacy. There's lots of, this is wish fulfillment here. We have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. Woohoo! Look at that. For me, this is surrender. This is trust falling, and allowing yourself to be guided, allowing yourself to be supported and uplifted. Big shifts. This is about, an integration that is all the lessons, all the hard work, all accumulating into this now moment. Energetic upgrades, seeing things from a whole new perspective. When we receive downloads and insight and information, and then we take that information and we make changes, we start shifting things to align ourselves to the path that we want to be on, to get ourselves to this timeline where we do have this solid foundation, this prosperity, this happiness, where blessings and synchronicities, everything's just aligning. We have to surrender and have faith and trust that we are being guided here. And we have this waxing moon. I feel like this is the, the shift, something coming in, a new way of, of being, where perhaps in the past you felt like you had to work, the overthinking and overanalyzing and overprocessing. It's time for you to surrender and let go and follow the heart, pile number 1. This card says, Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Yes, surrender and allow yourself to be guided to this new path. See this portal that's opening up, and this is it's like a passageway into claiming this beautiful new life that's waiting for you. Yeah, and I'm having the, whoa, this has to do with the Lionsgate. We just came out of the Lionsgate portal. So you are coming into alignment with this new life that you are well deserved, because we have the Sphinx over here and the pyramids and these 2 portals here. So this is ascension. This is rising up to a new level, a new timeline where everything's just going to manifest easily. You're going to be living that happy, blessed life, and you deserve it. I love it. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So whatever you've been questioning, whatever you've been contemplating, trust and believe that you are being guided to the path that's going to give you this abundance, this wish fulfillment, this solid foundation, your happy ending, this blissful life. It's there. You just have to align yourself to it, to trust and surrender, okay? You are grounding in this new timeline. So surrender, allow yourself to be guided, trust. We have the blue flame coming out. If any of you know what that one is, that is the release. I think that one's the connection to Archangel Michael, the truth. Also the Divine Mother. Allowing the Divine Mother to support you, to love you, to provide. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy for you, pile number 1. Okay, I'm going to get you some final cards. Some final messages of the heart, please, for pile number 1. Okay, we have everything I need comes to me in the right time, space, sequence. Woohoo! Affirmation: I ask for help by telling life what I want and allowing it to happen. Woohoo! Beautiful. Let's get another one. That's awesome. You are aligning. Trust and surrender. You have all the skills. You've done all the work. Believe in yourself. Allow Mother Gaia, allow Source Creator, allow the Divine Feminine to help support you. All right, I have wonderful energy that sustains me throughout each day. I am radiant, vital, and alive. I am healthy and filled with energy. Ooh, beautiful. All right, these are beautiful affirmations to say each day. As you're moving forward, one more. It says, I am always safe. I release my emotional attachments to beliefs from the past so that they do not hurt me in the present. I am safe. Beautiful. Have that surrender, complete surrender and trust fall. Be in the present moment. Stay grounded. Keep walking the path. Pause. Be present. Come from a place of surrender. Know that you are going to be provided for. This is a sacred journey. Do what feels right, your heart says. You already know the answer. Pile number 1. All right, these were your readings. Thank you all so much for being here today. Sending y'all lots of love. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know that pile number 1 was your reading. Sending y'all lots of love again. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. These are your messages from the heart, and you were drawn to the Carnelian. And this card here, let me go ahead and reveal the message. It says healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. Ooh, so some of you, your heart is wanting you to heal a relationship. Ooh, and this could be a relationship with a loved one, with your partner, or even with yourself. So I've already pulled your oracle cards and tarot cards just to save us some time. We have the 8 of Earth. Okay. Focus to details. Okay. Let's see what else. We have the 6 of Air. Relief, hope, and moving on. Alright, so there's something that requires your attention and your focus. Something that needs to be seen, observed, felt even. Because we also have the 6 of Air, moving on to safer waters. You know, things that may have been hard, that have been maybe broken your heart a little bit, or things that have been very hard to navigate here. I feel like there has been, maybe some of you work very, very hard on your work, and maybe there has been, there could be like neglect in the relationship in some way, because somebody's just very focused on some project or just working a lot, and trying to get on the same page has been very difficult. But there is relief coming in. Yeah, looks overworked, imbalance. Perhaps one of you may feel like you've been putting in a lot of work and may have not been getting enough attention, or feeling like there's not a lot of support in the relationship. Very stressed, a lot of stress in the relationship. Something could be being overlooked here. And we have the King of Air, knowledgeable, objective, and respected. Yeah, and this is requiring communication. All right, so something needs to be communicated about the way you feel, about perhaps going unnoticed, unseen, unappreciated here, and wanting support, wanting relief of some kind, you know, and the choice or a decision needs to be made, whether it's something that can be worked out and resolved, or something that needs to be let go of. But we have healing. So in whatever capacity, whatever happens, healing is going to take place. So whether the situation resolves or not, will decide whether the two of you remain together or not. But I feel like there is acknowledgement. I feel like perhaps because what I see here is a woman who's overworked, and she's been very, involved, doing the job, doing the work, and feeling perhaps like alone on the boat by themselves, and wanting to be acknowledged for the part and the role that they play in the relationship, and wanting to have respect, and wanting things to perhaps be a little bit more balanced, where there's more support coming in the relationship, like some of the burden lifted, so that there's more balance being distributed in the relationship, right? And sometimes this requires us to communicate our needs to our partner, where we feel unappreciated, or we feel overwhelmed and overburdened, and like we're on a sinking ship, and we would like, some help, something to change, What else do we have? We have the Knight of Water, romantic, emotional. Yeah, this is the, emotional support, emotional fulfillment here. And that's what your heart wants. Your heart wants to feel supported. Your heart wants to feel loved and acknowledged and like you matter, and like the work that you do has meaning and value. We have Gaia. She came through with pile number 1, wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual understanding. Yeah, I feel like this is definitely what needs to change. Is you want to feel supported. You want to feel understood. You want the work that you do to be appreciated and valid. You want things to move forward. You want growth in the relationship. And that's what can happen. Sometimes when we have like a challenge or we have conflict in some way, those are the moments that create, you know, that tension. And the tension is how we grow. But we have the courage to communicate where there's tension, you know, and to express ourselves from our heart, and not coming at somebody and attacking them, you know, or shaming them, or, you know, being loud and aggressive. That doesn't bring forward movement, that doesn't bring acknowledgement. People can't empathize, you know. Immediately when somebody comes at you, you know, loud and aggressive, our immediate response is to defend and shut down, you know. So, but when we approach, you know, the person that we love, if we come at them with a vulnerable heart and saying, hey, you know, I need to talk to you about some things, and, you know, it's kind of been making me feel, you know, dissatisfied, or, you know, unloved or unappreciated, or like I don't have any value in this relationship, or I don't feel like I'm being seen for all the work that I do or all the effort that I put in. I feel like it's not being acknowledged or noticed. And, you know, I don't know where, how to move on or how to move forward in the relationship, because I can't keep going on feeling this way, you know, and allowing your partner to see your vulnerable heart, to see your pain, and to acknowledge it, and give them the opportunity to change, or to help you, or to validate it, and to connect with you on a deeper level, because that's all it's going to do. It's going to make you connect on a deeper level that way. And if this is the right partner for you, they will validate it, they will understand it, and they will jump in to come save you, to make your heart feel full again, you know. But if this is not the right partner for you, they will, you know, not care. They will just be like, oh, well, get over it, you know, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, shrug it off and not validate your feelings, and not be careful with your heart, not appreciate your vulnerability, and wanting to build a stronger connection with them. Or, you know, they want you to be happy. And that's somebody who's the correct partner for you. If they don't care if you're happy or not, then why are we together, you know? And so that's where we have to make those hard decisions and make those choices to decide if it's better to move on, or, you know, is this the right partner for me? We have Amethyst, transformation, certainty, and confidence. Okay. So we have another, this is 41, this is another 55. This is powerful change and transformation, you know, seeing things with clarity from a higher perspective. And this is healing, big healing coming in here. Maybe you spend a lot of time in your mind, and you're being asked, I feel, to ground a little bit more, to become more centered and focused in your heart. Perhaps you have been working so hard, you're not paying attention to the details. You're not paying attention to the small things in life. Perhaps you're missing out on opportunities to connect with your loved one, to support your loved one, to build that connection with one another, because you work so much, because you're so focused on the doing and the work. You don't have enough time to pause, to reflect, and to connect. And I feel like you need to do that. That's what sustains a long-term healthy relationship, is that connection with one another, and making sure that you are always taking time to connect, to touch base, to reestablish the love that was originally there when you first, those sparks first ignited when you first fell in love. You always got to keep that alive. We have remembrance. Oh, thank you for that confirmation. Resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Yeah. So if you've been feeling, tied down or restricted in any kind of way, it's going back to, or forgotten or unloved or unseen, whatever that is. Go back to those moments of why you fell in love, why this relationship began in the first place. Is there something worth saving in the relationship? Is it something that we can build on? Is it something we can heal from? Or is it time to move on to safer waters, We have attachment. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, some of you just been feeling stuck, restricted, trapped, unsure of where to go, what to do. Maybe you don't feel supported. Ooh, I need to cover this one up. Maybe you don't know how to create that happiness, or how to reestablish your connection again. And I've given you some tools on how to do that. It's being vulnerable and open with your heart, and having the courage to have these conversations with your person, right? We have card number 3, communication. Yes, how to communicate and expressing yourself. And then we have card number 8, cycles of growth. This is your time to grow together, or are we going to choose to separate and grow apart, together or without one another? This is the choice. This is, and I wouldn't advise staying in a relationship because you feel like there's no other way. There's always, things will always work out for you. You have to trust your heart and follow your heart, and know that no matter what you choose, you're going to be supported along the way. You're not meant to stay somewhere where you feel unloved, or you feel unheard, unrespected, unacknowledged. Source creator doesn't want, that was not your life purpose, your life mission, right? Having more self-value, self-love. What's that Madonna song? Don't go for second best, baby. Like, you deserve better. You deserve more. And your partner, they deserve the opportunity to change and to make it better. And you owe them that, to give them that opportunity. Okay. Let's see what else we have. We have Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Here we go. Take your power back. Stand in your truth. See your power, reclaiming your power here. You have the ability, and you have there's options available to you. You don't have to just sit and take it and just like, well, this is how it is, and or this is how he is, this is how she is. No, if we're unhappy, we have the ability to create change, to transform our situation. We have tools. There's always something we can do. We're not powerless, even though we feel like we may be powerless to circumstance, but there's always something we can do. There's always change. There's always healing available. There's always transformation available. We can always set ourselves free from what we perceive is limiting us and holding us back. Oh, you have Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Beautiful. Okay, so this is, essentially this is Mother Mary coming through here. It is about having love for yourself, loving every aspect of your being, loving yourself enough not to stay in a relationship that doesn't feel balanced, that doesn't make you feel loved, that doesn't cherish you, that doesn't see your beauty, your light, your heart. You know, you deserve better. You deserve somebody who appreciates you, who sees you, who enjoys being around you, who cares how they make you feel. You know, they care about your happiness because it's a shared life that you're creating with one another. You deserve to have romance. You deserve to have emotional fulfillment. You deserve to be happy, you know, and this healing. You deserve healing. You deserve to have, you know, love in your life because you are deserving and you are worthy and you are lovable. Yeah, it's time for you to choose you, to choose your heart. And if you can, communicate with this individual and express the way that you feel to them, so that you can have a healthy, healed relationship. By all means, please do so, you know, because it's unfair to them and it's unfair to you. And I guarantee you, if this individual, they love you, they're not going to want you to feel this way. You know, they're going to compromise. They're going to find a way. How can we create change? How can we move forward? How can we heal from this situation? If it's something from the past, some kind of hurt, pain, something that happened long ago and it's still, you know, hurting your heart, communicate it, express it. Like, I still have memories of this, you know, and allow them to help you grieve through the process and transform and heal and feel more confident about the relationship that you have now. You know, you should be able to communicate to your partner. They're supposed to be your soulmate, you know, the person you chose. They chose you. Like, we chose each other to create this life with one another. You shouldn't be afraid to talk to them. You shouldn't be afraid to express the way that you feel, even though it can be scary to be vulnerable. But if you can't be vulnerable with your partner, who could you be vulnerable with, you know? It's sad, and I feel so bad for people who don't talk to their partner and share their feelings, and it can be hard sometimes. I know, believe me, I know, but I love them enough, and I love me enough to want to have something that has meaning, to have a relationship that has depth, you know, where we are on the same page, where we can just look at each other and know what the other one's thinking, you know, and we can have those silent laughters with one another when we both get this inside joke, and where we enjoy each other's company and we want to be around each other all the time, but we also enjoy our time apart, and we feel comfortable when we're apart because we know we're not out there looking for someone else or doing something that's going to hurt the other person. We allow each other space to grow. We allow each other space to have our own talents and crafts and hobbies, and there's things that we just love doing together. You know, they should be like your best friend, you know what I mean? And you should be able to tell your best friend when they're hurting your feelings, or when you're upset about something, or when you can't let go of a memory or something from the past that's been, you know, weighing on your mind a lot. You know, have them help you move through it, you know, where you're not attacking them, you're trying to have them connect to you on a deeper level, okay? All right, I'm going to get you some final messages from your heart, pile number 2, and then we'll close out your reading. Pile number 2, please. Okay, we have, I bless my family with love. I love and accept each member of my wonderful family. They, in turn, love and adore me. All is well in my world. That's beautiful. So if it's also you not feeling supported by your family, this is your opportunity to communicate that to them, okay? Let's keep going. All right, here we go. I am a loving, joyful person. And it says, I release all thoughts and vibrations of confusion, chaos, disharmony, disrespect, or distrust. They are eliminated from my consciousness completely. Okay, so this is about letting go of the past, you know. and trusting that you are worthy and deserving. My goats are sounding off. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and get one more card for you, pile number 1. I'm sorry, pile number 2. All right, so these 2 wanted to come out. You get an extra one. I express myself in positive ways. Everything I do is by choice. I can choose what to say, do, and think. Beautiful confirmation. You can express yourself in positive ways in order to get this change, in order to get the healing and acknowledgement that you need in your life, pile number 2. Final card. All changes are easy for me to make. The moment I am willing to change, the universe brings help to me. It brings me whatever I need. Trust that it's easy. I mean, I know it's going to be a little difficult and it takes a little bit of courage, but in the end, you will start to find that the more you start communicating and expressing, the easier it's going to be for your needs to get met, for healing to come in, for understanding and compassion to come in. It just requires practice, and it requires you to start making those steps, okay, to free yourself from this feeling of not feeling good enough, not feeling seen or acknowledged or worthy or valued, okay? Let go of your fears. Let go of the past. Ooh. It is time for you to receive some healing, pile number 2. All right, you guys, this was your reading. These were your messages from your heart. Please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know pile number 2 resonated with you. Sending y'all lots of love. Y'all take care. Have a blessed day. Hi, pile number 3. So these are your messages from your heart, and you were drawn to the strawberry quartz heart, as well as this image on the card. And this says, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, pile number 1. Sorry, pile number 3. You may have come from pile number 1, or you may need to go check out reading number 1. For more information about this, there may be messages in pile number 1 meant for you. Let's see. What does your heart want you to know? We have the Sun with card number 19. Success, recognition, and enthusiasm. That's beautiful. So card number 19, that's a 10. 10s are, the combinations of 1s and 0s, the end and a new beginning, the end of a cycle and something new. So with the emotions are a necessary part of life, and being asked to let go of resentment so that some growth can come in. So there's something that needs your perception, it needs your light, it needs your understanding, and it needs your love, pile number 3. We have the King of Fire, inspirational, charismatic, and innovative. Okay, the power to create here. Okay, let's see what else we have. We have the Wheel again. So we have the 10 coming through with the Wheel of Life, luck, progress, and change. And so there's this beautiful change coming in, the end of a cycle. Something new is coming, which is why you're being asked to let go of resentment. Maybe there have been things that didn't work out the way you wanted to, and it caused maybe a little bit of resentment or, anger, regret, any of those feelings. And I feel like you're being asked to surrender and let go, because there's a big shift coming in for you, a new cycle, a new beginning, maybe perhaps another chance. There is forward movement here. We have the 8 of Water, searching, empowerment, and fulfillment. Look at that. This is the new path that's opening up, and you're being guided. So there may have been things that just didn't work out. There looks like there may have been some emotional loss along the way, something that just was, you know, made you feel like you didn't know what direction you were going. Maybe it dimmed your light a little bit. We have the Seven of Fire. Yeah, something very challenging. Maybe you felt like you needed to defend yourself. You've had to stand up. You've had to battle a lot of people, a lot of challenges, having to fight for this, fight to be seen, fight to be heard, fight to be happy. We have the Four of Fire. Wow, look at all this fire coming through. This is success here. So your heart wants you to know that perhaps sometimes, I believe, we can view ourselves through a lens of somebody else's views of success and happiness and emotional fulfillment. And this comes from society programming, from our parents, from organizations, you know, from just our environments that we are in. And it could be like your social environment, etc. So there could be these expectations on how things are supposed to be seen, how they're supposed to be felt, observed, acknowledged, approved of, etc. And I feel like for you, what needs to change is your perception of success, your perception of happiness, of prosperity, of things that make you feel empowered. You know, those things. What are your true beliefs and your true values? How do you view them? Not based on society's, what society says this is what success is. You know, you have to look a certain kind of way, you have to drive these kinds of cars and have this type of house and wear these types of clothes, you know, things like that. And that's how certain people view success. And it's really something that is individual. How do you view success? How do you view happiness? You know, and it's something that's very personal. And not everybody's, you know, happiness is the same. Not everybody's view of success is the same. And we shouldn't try to force each other to live up to other people's expectations or to try to live our life to get other people's approval, you know, because essentially you're going to feel lost. You're not going to feel successful at what it is that you want to create for yourself. What do you want to create for your life? And it is your happiness to create for yourself. You're not here to be somebody else's puppet, to live life for other people. You're here to live a life for yourself. And if you're living for other people's enjoyment and to make other people happy, well, what about you? Where's your happiness? Where do you feel emotionally fulfilled? Do you feel like you are walking your true path in alignment with your true purpose? Do you feel content in your life? Do you feel successful in your life? Or is it only based on other people's opinions of you, you know? So it's time for you to get things in order, to see things from a different perspective, and to start following your heart. It's time for you to go on a journey within and to create change, to create your own happiness, to feel successful. And it's something that comes from within, from you acknowledging your own heart, your own success, all of your triumphs, and only you know what you've overcome and what you've been through and what it's taken you to get to where you are today. Pile number 3. We have the Two of Air, indecision, avoidance, and confusion. Yeah, I feel like you're a little bit lost. You're not sure what to do. But you have, your heart is guiding you towards this path right here, to make a choice to go in a certain direction where you choose emotional fulfillment, or you choose to empower yourself, where you choose to follow your heart. Let's see, I'm going to put this one over here because I believe this is the last tarot card that came out. Yeah, don't listen to the mind. Listen to your heart, okay? We have perception, beyond the veil of illusion. Thank you. Confirmation. Not to follow anybody else's view of success and happiness. It's time for you to let go of needing anybody else's approval, anybody else to guide you, you know, to what they believe is success, and to follow your own heart, to follow your own vision, your own perception, your intuition of what is right for you. Dang it, I just messed everybody up. I'm sorry. Let's tuck this one underneath there, because there is a choice that needs to be made, and it's up to you to make that choice, to choose you, to choose your happiness. And not to let, you know, anger or resentment to prevent you from going after your dreams. To express your truth. We have Zen Garden, Inner Sanctuary. Very nice. So we have a 12 and an 11. So 3 and 11. Communication, expression, self-expression. It's about expressing yourself, expressing your truth, the way that you see, you know, your life journey, the way, like I said, like how you view happiness, how you view success. It's time for you to celebrate yourself. And we have this inner sanctuary, being confident and in expressing yourself, being confident that you are following your divine purpose, this higher plan that's made for you. You are meant to create something out of your life, and you're not meant to be living it for other people's approval. There's something that you came here to do. There's a path that you are meant to walk. And we have reflection, illusion, self-examination, and distortion. See, and there's a confirmation to what we see here on this card. I'm going to cover her up. Let's see how she's looking at herself, the reflection of herself in the water. And so it feels like you may be holding a grudge against yourself as well, because you may have allowed other people to prevent you from seeing your own worth and your own value, or tuning in and tapping into your worth and your value, because you believed in their truth. You believed that their view of success was the only way to be successful, you know, or their path was the only path that you could walk, and that this was the only way to do it, the only way to achieve success, or the only way to achieve love, the only way to achieve happiness for yourself. And now I feel like you're waking up to the truth. You're seeing that this was just an illusion. This was all a lie to get you to, you know, live for somebody else's approval, or, you know, to fall into this box of what is acceptable to others. And you're waking up to realizing that that's not, you know, truth. That's not bringing you happiness. That's not bringing you success. It's not bringing you, you know, inspiration or passion or satisfaction in your life. And so I feel like you've just, you're ready for change. You're ready for something new. You're ready for happiness. You're ready to bring it in. You're ready to do something with your life. And your guides are cheering you on and saying, yes, yes, it's time to see things clearly, to see where you've been blocked, or where you've been disillusioned from living the life of your dreams, for going down the path that is going to bring you your happiness and your success and your your things that make you happy and make you feel emotionally fulfilled. Don't blame yourself, pile number 3, for things you didn't know before now. We all make mistakes. We're all growing. We're all learning. And if we know better, we do better. At least we want to hope so. We want to hope that we know. And even if we don't, there's reasons why we make the choices that we do, because there's some belief system that we have that makes us feel like, this was the only choice, or we felt like we couldn't see any other choice, or the other choices weren't easily available to make. So allow yourself grace, give yourself understanding and compassion, allow yourself those growing pains, and it's okay. And now you can make the choice to change, because you have the wheel coming out. Progress, change, forward movement, good luck on your side. We have this empowerment and fulfillment, and time to make a choice, time to choose to see things from a different perspective, to break out of the mold, to ignite your fire, your power, to take back your life, to do things that make you feel happy, that bring in prosperity, that bring in happiness, success, contentment into your life. Your heart is begging for that. We have unbound, nice, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time for you to reclaim your happiness, to reclaim your power, to let go of all of these old stories, these old narratives, these old ways of doing things, believing that this is the only way to find your happiness, because it's not true. And this can come from, generational patterns and programmings, old karma from past lives. These can be contracts that you signed long ago, and you can void those out. You can say, I'm done with this cycle. I've learned all of I can. It's time for my happiness. It's time for me to choose me. I've given everything I could to trying to be this, to change who I am, but that's just not me, and it's not making me happiness. It's time for me to choose me, to free yourself from living up to other people's, standards. And it's time for you to, take back your power. Look at that. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Nice. See, and these are all the people who are like wanting you to do for them, to be for them, to conform to what they want you to do, how they want you to be, how they think that you need to be living your life, for their approval and for their happiness, like, are you living, did you decide to come here to live a life for other people, or did you decide to come here to live a life of joy, happiness, and content and fulfillment, to bring more peace, more love, and compassion to the earth? What is it that you wanted to do? Go on the path, go within, get to know yourself deeper, get to know the real you. You don't have to be who everyone else wants you to be. It's time for you to be yourself and to love yourself and express your truth and feel confident about being who you really are. And anybody who loves you, who wants to be in your life, will support you on that journey. And if they don't, if the people who say they love you are shaming you and putting you down and judging you, and you can't do that, you shouldn't do that, set boundaries for yourself. Don't let them in on everything you're doing, because they're just going to shame you and put you down and make you feel bad. They only need what information that you feel comfortable sharing with them, that's going to make you feel comfortable. It's not about them anymore. It's about you and what lights you up and makes you feel good, and living your life from that space. You're not hurting anybody. And if they don't support you in living a life that makes you feel good about yourself, that makes you feel happy, set up them boundaries. Limit your time around those individuals, and walk towards people who support you and care about your journey and care about your happiness. Those are your people. Those are the ones who are your tribe, your big supporters. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you happy. They want to see you, you know, celebrating life, not feeling lost, not feeling like, you know, you're unhappy because you have to be and do for others and, you know, neglect yourself. Like, what kind of friendship, what kind of a love is that? It's not fulfilling, you know. Anybody who wants to change you and doesn't love you for who you are as your soul, you know, let them go, pile number 3. Don't be afraid to walk alone. Don't be afraid to go on a different journey of self-discovery, okay? All right, I'm going to get you some final messages from your heart to close out your reading, pile number 3. Big heart hugs to you. We have, I am perfect as I am, right here and right now. I am enough. I am one with all of life. I mean, beautiful confirmation coming through here for you. You are enough. You are perfect as you are. You don't need to change to fit in to other people's standards. We have, I am perfect exactly as I am. Thank you. Love yourself. Love every bit of yourself for all that you are, for the unique, beautiful light that you have within you, for your unique perception, for your love, for the type of love that you need. Give it to yourself. I love myself. I love me, you know, and say that to yourself in the mirror, pile number 3. I love you. I love you. I love you, you know. I am enough. We have, I rejoice in my employment. Ooh, nice. I appreciate the opportunity to help contribute or serve others. I connect with the creativity of the universe and allow it to flow through me in fulfilling ways. Nice. Okay, so this is about a project, something that you are creating that is serving the collective, and not to be ashamed or afraid to go on this journey, to share this, right? To be, to celebrate your work, celebrate what you contribute. It is something that is going to be helping and contributing to others. It is something that is meant to come from you, from your heart. I am connected to all life. It says, I am spirit, light, energy, vibration, color, and love. I am connected with every person on the planet and with all of life. There you go. You are never alone, pile number 3. You are surrounded by your guides, by these angels, by other people who are just like you, your soul tribe. You are connected to Source Creator, to all of us light workers who are out here, you know, starting to etch out this new path, the pioneers who are here to bring change, to bring new codes, to bring new light, new awareness, new perspective, new ways of doing things, to break people out of the illusion of what love means and what it feels like and what happiness is and what success is, you know, and to be those examples for others, to show that there are other ways. There's more than one way, okay? There's many ways, many paths to walk, okay? So much love to you, pile number 3. Big, 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 big comforting hugs, because I completely understand where you're coming from, and you are not alone. Thank you all so much for being here. These are the messages from your heart. If this reading resonated with you, please like and subscribe. Comment below if you feel like sharing your story, or just let me know pile number 3 was your reading. I'm sending y'all lots of love again. Y'all take care and have a blessed day.